What is a frustum? So a frustum is what remains after a cone or a pyramid has been cut. So as you can see here, this was a full pyramid, a full cone here, which has been cut somewhere. So there is a top part has been removed, and what remains at the bottom is what we call a frustum. Same applies to a pyramid. So when a pyramid has been cut, what remains at the bottom is what we call a frustum. All right, now these two things, they always appear in mathematics paper 2. So it's either a frustum of a cone is brought or a frustum of a pyramid is brought. So in this tutorial, we are going to show you a master method which can be used to sort out both the frustum of a cone and the frustum of a pyramid. Then we'll also show you a formula that is just specific to a cone. All right, stay tuned as you see what is going to happen. All right, so the first is the frustum of a cone using a 2016 past examination paper. The question reads, the figure below is a frustum of a cone. The base diameter and the top diameter are 42 centimeters and 14 centimeters respectively, while the height is 20 centimeters. Take pi as 3.142. Calculate its volume. All right. Number one, we are going to solve using similarity and congruence. Okay, so to solve using similarity and congruence, you first of all have to assume that the cone is complete. So you assume the cone is actually complete. So when the cone is complete, it is going to be like this. So these are the various parts that you're going to have. So from there all the way up to there, that is the 20 centimeters that we've been given. So that is the 20 that we've been given. Then from here all the way up to the top, the one which has been cut, that one we can just call it h, small letter h. All right, then the entire distance now from there, okay, so we have this part which is ending there. Then we also have this the h here, this one here, that is our h. Okay, that is the height for the smaller cone, but we also have the height of the bigger cone all the way up to there. So this one here will actually be this 20 plus the h. So we are going to have 20 plus h. All right, so we have 20 plus h. Okay, so now we have two cones here. We have the bigger cone and the smaller cone that just begins from there. All right, so we can use now the red eye also. So this is 42 is the diameter, which means the radius is 21, and on top here the radius is 7. So using similarity and congruence, we are going to compare the radii and the heights. Okay, so the radii and the height. So the height of the smaller cone is small letter h. The height of the bigger cone is capital letter h. All right, so using similarity and congruence, this is what we are going to do so that we can find the value of h and apply the formula for calculating the volume. All right, so this is what you're going to do. We are going to say 20. We are going to say okay. Let's just forget about this one. Let's just say 21. Okay, so 21 to, it's a ratio. So 21 to 7 should also be equal to that is 20 plus h. Okay, so 20 plus h to h. Now what am I saying here? I'm saying radius of the bigger one to radius of the smaller one should be equal to the height of the bigger one to height of the smaller one. So when we replace the values, this is what we're going to come up with. 21 to 7 is equals to 20 plus h over 2h. So we write this one as fractions. We're going to say 21 over 7 is equal to, okay, so this is 20 plus h. This is 20 plus h over h. Then we cross, multiply there. So we are having 21h here. So we are having 21h. Okay, so 21h then is equal to 7 times 20 here. Definitely it's 140. Okay, then plus 7h. This is plus 7h. Okay, we group the like terms. We are having 21h minus 7h. which is equal to 140. Okay, then this one becomes 14h, so that is 14h is equal to 140. So make sure you follow the procedures. Divided by 14, also on the other side also divided by 14. So when you divide by 14 on both sides there, then also this one and that one, we are going to find that h is actually equal to what? 10. Alright, so this is now what we have found. But so we can now evaluate. Remember, we know that from there to there has become 10. Then from there all the way up to the top here, for the bigger one, it has become what? 30. Then to find the volume of the frustum, Vf will be equal to the volume of the bigger cone Vb, okay, minus volume of the smaller cone Vs. So that is what we are going to do. Alright, now that we have found these values, now let's use the formula for finding the volume of the frustum, so that we can now subtract and key in the values. Alright, so volume of the bigger cone, we find it. Volume of the bigger cone will be equal to 1 over 3, okay, 1 over 3 pi r squared h, right? Now this capital letter H and the capital R, that is what you're going to use. Alright, so this one we substitute. We are going to have 1 over 3 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by 21 squared. So that is 21 squared multiplied by 30. Alright, so if you punch on your calculator there, the value that you are going to have is actually 13,856. So you're going to have 13,856.22 centimeters cubed. Okay, so that is the volume that you have found for the bigger cone. Alright, now let's find the volume of the smaller cone Vs, which will be given by the formula Vs is equal to 1 over 3, okay, 1 over 3 pi r squared h, okay. So this is now 1 over 3 multiplied by 3.142. So 3.142 multiplied by 7 squared multiplied by 10. So 10 was our height. We punch that one on the calculator. This is what you're going to find. The answer will simply be 513. So this one will be 513.19 then 3, which is a recurring decimal. Alright, this is what you're going to find. So this one will be our centimeter cubic. Remember, the SI units are always like that. Then finally, to find volume of the frustum, Vf will be equal to Vb, volume of the bigger cone, minus volume of the smaller cone. Then this one now will simply be equal to, you subtract now, this one will be 13,856, okay, 56.22 minus 513.1933 as a recurring decimal. Then we are going to find the answer as 13, okay, 13 343.03 centimeter cubic to actually 2 decimal places, and we have determined the volume of the frustum using the formula of similarity and congruence. Alright, so that is 6 marks. Make sure you follow each and every step. Alright, secondly, let me deal with this question using what we are calling the master method. Okay, we are calling this one the general method because it can be used to finding both the formula, both the frustum of a cone and the frustum of a pyramid. So this formula is actually the best because it can be used for both. Alright, so now how do we apply this formula? It's very simple. we are going to use the formula of a frustum here. We are just going to say volume of a frustum is actually equal to, if you want to say volume of a frustum, Vf is equals to H over 3, okay, open brackets, A1 plus A2. So this is the formula, just master this one, then plus square root, then inside you just put A1, then A2. So inside you just put A1 and A2, you close the brackets. Then you begin to, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to find the what? You are going to find the A1. Now, which one is our A1 there? Let's go back to our shape here. So you can, this one here, you've seen this is a circle. So this one becomes your A1, okay? Then the one at the bottom, this one becomes your A2. Alright, then we know for sure to say our A1 here, this is 14, this is 42, but we know that the radius is 7 and the radius is 21. Alright, so this is, we know that this A1 here is going to be pi r squared. Also the A2, it will also follow the same formula, pi r squared. Alright, so that is what you're going to do here. Let's find our A1. We know that our A1 is actually equal to this one. So A1 is equal to this top part there, which has got a radius of 7, okay, which has got a radius of 7. Therefore it will be equal to pi r squared, which will be the same as 3.142 multiplied by 7 squared, and this one will give us a value of 153. Okay, so that is 153.958, 153.958 centimeter squared. Area is always squared. So you have found your A1. Now we can also go to A2. So our A2 here will simply be equal to this bigger circle here with a radius of 21. Okay, so following the formula of a circle, area of a circle is given by pi r squared. So in this instance it will simply be 3.142 multiplied by 21 squared. Okay, so this one will definitely give us an answer of 1385. Make sure you punch correctly on the calculator. So 1385.622 centimeter squared as well. So this is centimeter squared, and you have found your what? Your A2. Now you are ready to substitute into your formula, which simply says V is equal to, so our height there we've been given is 20. So 20 over 3. This is the h over 3. You open the brackets. Then you are going to put your A1. Your A1 is this one, the one we have found here, 153. So that one here, you put 153, 153.958. So 153.958. Okay, 0.958 plus, you add this one, the 1385. So that is 1385.6. okay, so this is 0.622, then plus, then you open the square root now. So you multiply. Now this time around you are multiplying. Okay, this time around you are multiplying. So you show you are multiplying. This time around you are multiplying 153.958 multiplied by 1385. So 1385.622. So all this should be in the square root. You close it. Then this one will be reducing bit by bit. So this one will be equal to 20 over 3. Then inside there, when you add, you're going to get 1539. So when you add these two, you get 1539. So you add this and that, 1539.58. So 1539.58, then point plus. Now when you add this inside here, you are going to find actually this. So bit by bit, don't skip a step. So you are going to find 21, 33, 27. Make sure you punch through with a calculator. So this is 21, 33, 21, 33, 27 point 59182. 59182. Okay, you close the brackets. Then the next step here, you can easily use your calculator, punch on the calculator and add everything here. So when you punch, you add this one plus this one on the calculator, then you multiply this one, you are going to come up with the volume as 13. So this is 13 3 4 3.03 centimeters cubed, which is the same as what we found there, right? Which is the same. So which is the same as what we found here. This is 1334.03. Also this one is also 13343.03. So we are emphasizing the general method is the best because this one can be used to find for both the pyramid and the cone. But this method for similarity and congruence is only good when you've been asked to determine the height, okay, and also when you're just dealing with the cone. That's when this one is useful. But this general method, it is applicable on both. Let's see how we can apply it on a frustum. Alright, so we have the frustum of a pyramid here, and the question reads, and this is a 2019 question actually, so it reads, the diagram below is a frustum of a rectangular pyramid with a base 14 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide. The top of the frustum is 8 centimeters long and 4 centimeters wide. So this is what we have. So already we have our A1 here, and since our A1 is a rectangle, it will just be L times B. Okay, so L times B. Then our A2 here we have at the bottom, our A2, which is also L times B. Alright, so we also have L times B, and we've been given the height here as 11.4. So now let's calculate the volume of this frustum. Alright, no need to suffer. Here we're just going to say V is actually equal to H over 3 open brackets. So the formula is A1 plus A2. So A1 plus A2 plus square root of the product of A1 and A2. So this is A1, A2. And you close the brackets. Then you just begin now. You can find your A1 here. We know that A1 is equal to, so you show us A1 is actually equal to 8 times 4. So because A1 will just be 8 multiplied by 4, and this one is actually equal to 32. So 32 centimeter squared, that is area, so centimeter squared. Then you find your A2 as well. So your A2, which is also L times B, so that one is 14 multiplied by 10. So 14 multiplied by 10, and this one is giving us 140 centimeter squared. So 140 centimeter squared. So let's now substitute. V is equal to H, we know it is 11.4, so that one will be 11.4 over, so 11.4 over 3. You open the brackets, we are adding 32, so 32 plus 140, 32 plus 140, right? Then plus square root, so inside the square root there, that is where we are now multiplying 32 multiplied by, so times 140. Okay, we follow step by step, times 140. So this one will be equal to, so 11.4 divided by 3 is actually 3.8. So we can change that one, we say 3.8, open brackets, then we add here, we are going to find 172, 32 plus 140, so that is 172, then plus, then inside the square here, when we multiply, what we are actually finding is 4480. So in here we have 4480. Just punch on the calculator. This is paper 2, no need to suffer. Alright, we continue, go to the next one. You remember board mass, it's brackets first, so 3.8. Let's finish with the brackets. So this is 172 plus, then we evaluate. The square root of that one is actually about 66. Okay, it's about 66, 66.93. So we have 66.93, 66.9328. You write everything, no premature rounding off. 280,212, and you close the brackets. So now finally you can remember this is the mean times, so this one now changes into 3.8 times, because by now you have found what is inside here, which is 238. So times 238. So 238, where is it coming from? You have added 172 plus 6.93 and all those numbers. So 238.93.93. So that is 9328021. So finally here we are going to have our answer as, you first of all write everything, 907. So 907 point 9446481. Then we can now round off and say therefore our volume of a frustum here is actually equal to 907.9 centimeter cubic, right? And we have found our volume. So this is what you do when you're using the general formula. So just first of all show us how you're finding A1, A2, and then finally you can substitute into this one and find the actual value. Alright, so that is how we handle the issues of a frustum.